Jacky Jasper from God. How are you?
Good, man. My apologies for not getting back to you at the time I said. They had a little lockdown thing here, and they didn't let us off until 2 o'clock. So,
Got you, man. I totally understand. Could you mind telling the people what you in the jail for, and which institution you're in right now? Could you mind telling me that?
Yeah, I'm at one of the prison camp up in California, and I've been here for 18 months. That's well, too. And I got caught up. I did something where I shouldn't have, where myself went across the state line, and that's a no-no. You ain't going from a green state to a green state. You're going to a green state to a Bible state. They don't like that.
So, Reg, let me ask you something, man. About the drug trafficking case?
No, like I said, mine was just marijuana. That's all I'm in. That's all I got convicted for. That's all they was investigating.
Any truth to having Tupac killed?
No, none at all. And hey, did TPD come out and tell y'all the truth? We're gonna listen to old white men that was writing tales and stuff that had nothing to do with him until 5 or 10 years later. And if you pull up a live incident, a live article that I did back in 1997 or 1998, pretty much how I told the story then, how KPD is telling the story now. Greg Kading's, he got it right on the money. Like people always say, well, he was lying. He just cared about getting LA the city of LA out of the lawsuit of Biggie, which is probably true. But he didn't come out to killing or having something to do with Biggie. He chopped off the killing and have something to do with Tupac, which was from Vegas. Had nothing to do with the case. So if he wanted to make KPD lie, he would have had him lie and talked about Biggie case and not Tupac. He's lying. But if you're trying to solve a case, he was going to solve the Biggie case. If you're trying to solve a case,
this call is from a federal prison.
And you want someone to lie, what would you do? You have them lie about the Biggie stuff. Why would you have them lie about something that happened in Vegas?
Got you. You think Greg and Suge still speak? And what are your thoughts on that? Do you think? Yeah.
Greg and Suge never spoken in my life. I don't even think Suge know who Greg Kading is.
What about Rafael Perez? Was he,
Never met him. Don't know who he is. See, the thing about this is people accusing us of being related or behind people that was having a relationship with Suge's current wife. Even though they were estranged, that don't make sense. Like, folks don't do shit like that. I've had a cops working or guys working for me that one of their best friends was fucking on.
This call is from a federal prison.
Where do they get down? Where do we get down like that at? Have any young 26, 28-year-old dude ever been able to look up some shit like that?
Got you. Oh, okay.
Those dudes were all friends with Kevin Gaines, the guy that got killed, who was having a relationship with Sharika.
Tell me more about Kevin Gaines. Since you brought it up, he was having a relationship with who?
With Sharika, Suge's estranged wife at the time, but they were still legally married. And her business partner, she ran Nightlife Management, which was the company that managed all the big artists on the label. Most of the artists. She managed Snoop. She managed Tupac. She managed Rage. She did some things for Dre, and she managed Quick. Everybody was signed to Nightlife Management.
So who's Pat Johnson? Was Pat Johnson the real owner of Death Row, aka Harry-O?
No, that ain't AKA. Those are two different people.
Those are two different people.
Different people. Harry-O was Michael Harry-O, who
That's right. My bad. I'm looking over the wrong. Was Pat Johnson though the real founder of Death Row?
He gave some money. I hear later. Perio talked to him in too, give him some money, and to help things at the beginning of Death Row. I hear he gave some money, but Death Row was already gone. They got their money from Vanilla Ice and Deep Cover soundtrack, but it took a little more money than that. So yeah, they Pat Johnson put some money into the company, according to shit that I found out later during the bankruptcy hearing when he couldn't understand why Perio was going. He was like, shit, the only person I know there who gave some money was Pat. And he always admitted that. But he always said to this day, Michael Perio ain't gave me a dime on Death Row time. If he gave it to David Kenner, then who knows? But David then kicked it over to Death Row.
Oh, since you brought up David Kenner, is David Kenner a gangster attorney or just bluff?
Well, he represented mafias, but whenever you represent black dope dealers, you're going to get that jacket, right? But David Kenner was a orange juice attorney that represented defendants, and most defendants that can afford him was in the game at the time. And so you're going to get that jacket when that's who you represent.
And what's your thoughts on Master P and Snoop Dogg?
On who?
On Master P and Snoop Dogg. What's your thoughts on those two gentlemen?
I think it was a great deal. I just hate that they trying to take the credit to like they the one that came up with the idea. That was his ideal because the deal between that he had working out between Interscope and Priority fell through, and he really liked Brian Furness, who was the owner of Priority, and he said, you know what, Brian, I'll give you a deal. You get that country motherfucker that you got over there that's doing good for you right now to give $4.5 million and give me a 5 to 10% override on all his albums that he doing over there, and I'll let you have it. That's what happened.
Gotcha.
Good. Gotcha. It ain't no Master P thought of it, or anything. They didn't know who Master P was. He just knew who he was. So I was talking about a dude that was making noise at the time. He never had no dealings with him. Only time we ever had a dealings with Master P is we went to an after party that they were giving when we went and did the tour in New Orleans, and he had an after party. We went in there and got like $10,000 or $15,000 for showing up. Went up there, drunk up all the crystal, and left. He paid us $10,000 just for showing up.
Gotcha. So really, Brian Turner was the one. Party Records was really behind the Snoop Dogg Master P No Limit deal. What you say?
Exactly. So they were trying to put out like one that made it and smashed on shit to get it, man, bullshit.
That was rumor. I don't know. You tell me, true or false. Did C Murder steal Tupac songs at all, or is this just rumor?
He called it a tribute, but he rapped it word for word. But it's a tribute. If Pop listed as the publisher, I don't know the deal on that. But let's pull it up and let's see if Pop was listed as the publisher. And then I'll take it if he gave him all the writer's credit and the publishing. But if he listed his name anyway on there, then hell yeah, he did.
Okay. Now, what's your thoughts on Tekashi 6ix9ine as the new Death Row? What's your thoughts on that?
I wish I could buy a life insurance policy on him.
Okay. On the publishing buyout for Death Row, no artist owned any publishing, but was there a payout?
I did a payout with most of them under a company called Simon Says, Big Simon, where me and Shiv was going to split the publishing and the ownership of the phone. And we haven't today got them, but I haven't what's the word? I haven't given it up. And so one day that they're going to have to pay on that. But Simon Says...
So you say you still got publishing over at Death Row?
Well, I guess it's E1 now, whoever owns it.
Gotcha.
I own all the big stuff under Simon Says Music Publishing. And I did buyouts with every low-level artist and even Dash, who produced a lot of songs. But of course, Dre and Snoop, not just Snoop, Dre and Tupac, their rate was so high where most of the artists wasn't going to be able to get their fair share anyway.
Gotcha. And tell me something. Is there any problems between you and Snoop Dogg?
no problems. One of my top 5 favorite artists. I just hate that he's trying to rewrite history because he don't feel that Suge got a mouthpiece out there to set things correct.
Elaborate on that. What you mean by that?
He's trying to change history. He's trying to say, like, he's the one that had Suge go and get Snoop. When that ain't how the conversation went. Suge just called and said, hey, I'm about to bring over this artist. I'm going to see Tupac. Everybody knew who Tupac was. But the person I'm thinking about trying to get him on death row. What you think about that? You run that by your number 1 artist and your business partner, just Dre and Snoop at the time.
This call is from a federal prison.
And Dre being his partner, you ran that by him. But it wasn't like it was their idea, like they trying to rewrite history now and saying, I don't want to tell homie to go up there and get Cuz. That ain't true.
What about the Tell me about the Gangster Chronicles. Bomb First, Gangster Chronicles.
Yeah. So the Gangster Chronicles is a podcast that I'm a part of, and with James McDonald and Alex Alonso from Street TV. And we come on once a week. I haven't been able to. I just do 15-minute spots here and there, but they've been holding it down. James been doing a good job. Alex Alonso, and then Bomb First is a website, a YouTube channel that I do about once a week, twice a week. That just got everything you want to ever know about that for 1 year. I invested about 2 years of just talking about any question, uncut, whatever you want to know.
Oh shit! Let me ask you, who killed Stretch then?
Stretch.
Yeah.
Big Stretch. I think it's a coincidence that a guy named was out there on the date that a year to the date that Tupac got shot and robbed at the studio. I just find that mighty strange. I don't know.
Gotcha. What was Tupac's mom? Was Tupac's mom involvement in Tupac's music after his death? Was Afeni involved in his music at all?
Afterwards, she did a buyout with his natural dad. Gave him $750,000, and she took over the rights. Which, he had no choice. He had no will, so I think, and he had no wife, so I think that was the right thing to do.
Was Amaru the front for Death Row Records to keep pushing Tupac?
Wasn't the front. That was Tupac. That was him. That was his mom. That was her label. We shouldn't have. We didn't really legally have to give her a label and print on the back. But, cooler heads prevailed and allow things to go down so both sides can continue to make money. With Interscope being the distributor, Death Row and Amaru getting the royalties. They got 25%, which was a great deal for an artist, and we was at the 50% as our deal was with Interscope.
Okay. Let me ask you a question. Did Suge work on the Chronic 2001 with Dr. Dre?
Not at all.
Okay, but did Suge work on 2001 Chronic with Dr. Dre?
No, not at all. But we had a chance to get a 5% override, but Suge fucked that deal off. And they just called it 2001 because they wanted to name the 2000, but we had the name, and we was out there mixing up the public with it. And so they got smart and just said, okay, y'all can have 2000, Chronic 2000. We're going to call our shit Chronic 2001.
Yeah,
off the 5%. Hey, before you get $500,000 advance, 5% override off that album. So it is
before you get cut out. Let me tell you, why did they say you set up Suge at Tam's Burgers and Tupac and Big? Why did they say that?
Stupidity. Why? This is a dude that's been in jail since the 90s. I'm gonna call him to have Suge meet him somewhere to meet at town. Come on. A crazy motherfucker that's borderline psycho. It's like he's been diagnosed as being manic depressive or something. Call him and have him to have sense to beat up at him. That's just dudes would be trying to work the system, trying to get out. I'm trying to get some money. That made that accusation. That's where that comes from. But, of course, the old crazy white man, he's the one that want to push it and put it out there.
Got you.
And then the Tupac thing, it just don't make sense. I mean, could have him meet anywhere. So why on Vegas Drill?
Got you.
I'm glad that, And then, like you said, the story, he comes out and tells him, why would he be laying his people and his family out? And me and him don't have any type of relationship or anything. He lays his whole family out, his people, calls his sister to have a stroke by saying, telling her son and stuff like that. Where does that make sense?
Was Keefy D snitching at the time? Or was he telling it all? Or was he telling the truth? What would you say? Was he telling the truth? Was he telling it all?
I mean, he's snitching whenever you tell a story of something that's happened that people get or not, it's snitching. But you're telling the truth to save his ass, and as he'd tell it, to save his sister's ass and his brother's ass. They had a case facing 25 to life. They got caught dealing insurance. And so that's why he said he did it. He's telling the story. But he didn't have to come on the media and start telling it or write a book about it. So why is he doing it now? Doing those things, that's his money driven. He done been on Vlad. He done been on a couple other YouTube channels. He done just wrote a book. He done been on Gangsta Chronicles, not Gangsta Chronicles, Death Row Chronicles. He done been all over telling the story. So what is most behind that other than money?
Now tell me something about Orlando Anderson before Tupac was murdered.
I didn't really know him. I didn't have a relationship with him like that. Just knew he was a little youngster. He was a young kid, running around the streets. I mainly deal with the older OGs and the dudes who made a little bit more moves. He was just a nickel and dime guy at the time, out there on the street.
This call is from a federal prison.
Until that incident happened at the Lakewood Mall with Trayvon Lane.
Got you.
The world full of it.
Okay. Yeah. Mob James. Is Mob James still angry at you? He said he was angry at you. I was watching him in class talking shit.
No, James ain't never mad at me. James just come off like that because he don't be comprehending something. I just said he doesn't.
Word.
Like, oh, this is my brother.
That's your brother.
He likes shit. He just likes shit. We gonna talk shit about each other, get mad at each other, but you better not do that to him.
Got you. I see what you're saying. All right. So, brother, what do you have to say to us all before we actually jump off this interview? What do you have to say to us all? Yeah?
Those that's really interested in this stuff, really go and listen to Bomb First interviews, because every subject, every question that ever ran across your mind, trust me, they've been answered. I invested 2.5 years while I was on pretrial services, answering all the questions for the people that was out there. So Gangsta Chronicles, the Bomb First YouTube channel, Vlad, Arthur, any of those YouTube channels, go on it. Listen to it and trust me, your question has been answered there.